Welcome, Leo, to your July 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Now, don't worry if I don't get back to you right away. I get back to everybody who subscribes and asks a question. Now, you are starting out. Oh, firstly, I must say happy birthday to all you Leos born at the end of July. Now, I see the month starting out here for Leos with a bit of a halt to some stuff that's going on. It's almost like there's a standstill. You start out with the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man talks about two things. It's a standstill in a certain situation, and it's also talking about looking at things from a different perspective. But for a lot of you, I feel like there is going to be a standstill in building something in your life, building your dream, building a home, building a life with someone. This could even be a standstill or a stop or a pause in you getting married. Look, I'm in Sydney in Australia. We have just been put into lockdown for the next few days, 2 weeks. So I don't know if you're watching me in Sydney and there's been a postponement of your wedding or something like that. But there is definitely a postponement coming up here for you in July. Now, there could also, you've got the Four of Wands. This is the marriage card. So this is why I'm feeling like for a lot of you, there is a bit of a rescheduling that may need to happen. And I do see it as a rescheduling because at the end of the month, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune, this is a card of luck. It's a wheel. So to me, intuitively, it's saying things are moving forward. They are going in the direction that you are going to be wanting them to go in towards the end of the month. But I'm jumping ahead as I usually do. Now, for a lot of you, there is some beautiful energy about love and relationships. Now, you have got the Four of Wands right next to the Lover's card. This is such a beautiful card of love and partnership. Now, this is also something that can create quite a lot of tension in your life, and getting married, building a home with someone, moving in a different direction can cause a lot of worries. And I see that showing up for you in July. You've got the Nine of Swords, and this is sleepless nights, insomnia, sometimes even troubling dreams for some of you. And the Nine of Swords can, it's often a card of being worried about not nothing, but imagining the worst, and that is creating the worry in your mind here. So as I said, for some, this is definitely talking about, I feel, worries about this, something that you're passionate about, something that you're wanting to build forward, a home, family, life, as I mentioned at the beginning, all those things. There is some worry there for you, but it can be in relation to that Hangman, this standstill. Perhaps you're prevented from moving forward because of something or someone. Now, saying someone, you've got the King of Swords here. Now, the King of Swords is, I would traditionally read this card as a Gemini. This is a general reading though, so it can be any air sign. And this is a Libra or an Aquarian. But I always try to say it's more the court cards that show up are more about the describing the person than their star sign. So this person is someone that is quite intellectual. They're a king. So they are a good leader, a good provider, but they are also, and they are a great communicator as well in many ways, whether they are great at writing, speaking, they're great communicators. Now, the thing with the swords are, swords are air, which it rules the mind, your thoughts, your ideas. The King of Swords can perhaps be someone who looks at the world intellectually as opposed to emotionally. And some might say they can be a little bit emotionally cold as well. So I don't know if that describes someone in your life, but I feel like this person is significant here for some of you. Now, this could be a boss as well. It is surrounding, it's next to a wonderful card, and that is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a place that you are in at the moment where financially things are quite well. You are doing quite well financially. It's a lovely card, and it talks about success and luxury and self-nurturing. Now, this could very well be describing the life that you are trying to build with this particular Knight of Swords for some of you. Now, also, there was a lot of messages coming through as I was meditating on this. Some of you may also be worried about a relationship with someone and feeling that you are being left out in the cold financially, or even emotionally as well. But again, I'm feeling like this is just your perception. And if you look at things from a different perspective, which is what that Hangman card often talks about, you're going to find that you're in quite a lucky position. You are in a really good position, and your worries are really unfounded. Now, with that Nine of Pentacles there, this could also be saying that for some of you financially, there are reasons why there is a bit of a standstill regarding building on something that you are trying to build on or work on. And you might actually be finding some assistance from this Knight of Swords as well. Or this Knight of Swords is involved in this somehow. But this is the Nine of Cups is a positive card no matter which way you look at it. And it does talk about even going into business for yourself. And if you are planning on doing that in July, it's a good time to be doing it. It's a good time to be building a company or building something to give you more financial security and independence here. It's a great time in July to do this. And you're very lucky. As I said, you've got the Five of Pentacles here, and this can be a card where you are feeling like you're hard done by financially. Things aren't really great. You might be even feeling like you need to beg, borrow, and steal to get what it is that you want. But the Five of Pentacles is, again, this is a card where you see the two people outside of the church. And often, they're depicted as being out in the cold and begging for money and really not in a good way financially, but if they turn around and look behind them, there is a church, and that church has open doors, and they can go in there and they can get shelter and they can ask for help. And it's just a matter of the way you look at things in July. Now, that Wheel of Fortune, what a great card. You know, I did touch on that. This is a card of good fortune. It's a card of luck. It's a card of... It represents the planet Jupiter. And I'm not an astrologer, but I know a few little things because I do watch a lot of astrologers. And Jupiter is a very benefic planet. When Jupiter is in your sign, you know, it means that gifts might be strewn upon you. Luck is there for you, and it is a card of good luck here and of renewed movement. So although you may have started July with things not going quite to plan, and things halted, and you might find that you have to postpone things, that Wheel of Fortune is a card of renewed movement. Things are happening, things are moving. You don't have any worries for yourself in July, Leo. You really don't. And also, for some of you, just again, here I am jumping all over the place, but just for some of you, if you do have, there could be, as I mentioned, a choice here that you might find you are worried about making, or worried about the actual choice itself. I feel like perhaps someone might be going to this King of Swords for some wise counsel. This could be someone that will help you make this decision if you are stuck a little bit on making it. Now, your final card there, the Breaking Barriers card from the Gateway Oracle deck. I love these cards. They are such simple imagery, but when you meditate on them and look at the imagery, I certainly get things coming through to me intuitively. So I don't know if you can see the card there, but certainly I always suggest look at them and see what messages come through for you here as well. Now, this card, the mantra for this card is, I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So say that affirmation, say it over and over to yourself. And this is going to help you, particularly if you've been feeling a little bit worried. You're going to be able to overcome any of those things here in July. Now, the meaning of this card is, there are times to go with the flow, but this isn't one of them. Now is the time to break through self-imposed barriers. Gather your inner forces and break free from whatever is holding you back. The universe wants you to know, don't let fear or even reason prevent you from overcoming your barriers. Trust your instincts and push through. Remember to keep going and don't stop. Just as it takes effort for a chick to hatch out of its shell, or a seedling to push through the hard-packed earth, this is your time to use supreme effort to break out of your own shell and reach the light. The energy of breaking through isn't always neat and tidy, so it's okay to feel messy and chaotic for a while. Eventually, the situation will sort itself out and peace will reign. I do apologize for that ringing phone. I was just going to answer it. Wasn't going to answer it. I was going to push through. So this card actually fits in very well with the message of this Hangman, where things perhaps may have stopped you from achieving something that you are planning on doing in July, but take the message of that card, break down the barriers, look at things from a different perspective. And I think by the end of the month, things are going to be moving forward in the right direction for you again, Leo. So I hope that resonated with you. As I said, take advantage of my free mini reading offer if you are a new subscriber. And I hope to see you next month. Bye.